What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers get the dub. They beat the Milwaukee Brewers, completing the sweep. The Austin Barnes game. Barnesy comes through with the big home run to put the Dodgers on top. Lance Lynn, another solid start. We have so much to get into. Austin Barnes, first home run of the year, first home run since September 20th last season. Barnesy hit a bomb against the D-backs last year, but it hasn't been much. Hasn't been very much since for Austin Barnes since, and he was fantastic tonight, not only offensively but defensively as well. And heading into this game, he had struggled. He's hitting 136 with a 12 weighted runs created plus. I mean, he's struggled, but what a big night for Austin Barnes. We got to watch that again. By the way, let me know you are home with Dodgers Nation and Jim Beam. Please drink responsibly. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 300 likes for Austin Barnes. It has been a rough year for Austin Barnes, okay? I know pigs are flying around Los Angeles right now, so don't be alarmed, but he goes deep. He puts the Dodgers on top, and he was phenomenal tonight, just blocking balls all night long. He got the big hit earlier in the game. He ends up hitting not only his first home run of the season, it's his first multi-hit game of the season. So, hey, I guess he's just a slow starter, but what a night for Austin Barnes. We have to watch that again.
You might miss something. High drive down the left field line.
The Austin Barnes game. Check this out. Bottom of the eighth, 1 out.
Dodgers lead 1-0.
And it just tells you how much this team has his back. Look at the reaction of his teammates. You got Rosario there. Bobby Miller was going crazy. What a night. You could not have scripted this one. AB, the real AB, coming up with a big bomb. Bottom of the eighth. What a night. What a night for your Los Angeles Dodgers, who continue to roll. They're now 10.5 games up on the San Francisco Giants in the NL West. This team is pulling away. The separation continues, and this team really is just leaving the rest of the NL West in their tracks. I mean, they're up 10.5 games. They're now 74-46. Lance Lynn, I thought he was outstanding once again. We're going to break his whole start down, but what are your thoughts on Austin Barnes? Because I was ready to give Lance Lynn that Dodger dog of the game, but I had to switch it last minute because it's going to Austin Barnes. He is my Dodger dog of the game, but drop your Dodger dog of the game down below in the comment section. I want to read these comments right here. I'm telling you, the redemption Austin Barnes arc is going to be absolutely phenomenal. LFG DMAC from Mando J over on YouTube. This team is so much fun to watch from Dodger Fan 323. Yeah, that's my first Jordanito Shot Takers comment of the game. I agree with you on that 100%. This team, they work so many different ways. Perfect. They find a way to score runs. They find a way to outpitch their opponent. I think that, to me, is one of my big takeaways from tonight. The Dodgers pitchers allowed 3 runs on 10 hits for this entire series against the Milwaukee Brewers. So a phenomenal series by the Dodgers pitchers. I think Evan Phillips we'll talk about in a little bit. If we have to be a little Dougie Downer for a second there. He had a pitch since Saturday. He looked a little rusty. The command was off, but still he gets the strikeout to end the game, so he still is able to come through. But let's go down below in the comment section. Let's go Dodgers from AZ24K over on YouTube. Sam Crandell, known offensive catcher. Austin Barnes. That's from Sam Crandall. Yeah, I mean, he had the hit early in the game, the 3rd inning. He's had success against Corbin Burns in his career, but you're talking about a guy who literally is one of the least productive hitters in all of Major League Baseball. But tonight, it was Austin Powers getting that bomb, 8th inning. Dodgers really couldn't get very much going at all tonight, but he saves the day. In fact, Austin Barnes, like I said, had a 136 batting average, a 12 weighted runs created plus. That ranks 409 among 412 MLB hitters with at least 100 plate appearances. So let me say it one more time. His batting average, his weighted runs created plus, as far as offensive production goes, Austin Barnes is ranked 409 among 412 MLB hitters with at least 100 plate appearances. But hey, who cares? Forget the numbers. You can throw those out because tonight was his night, the Austin Barnes game. But hello, Dan. What up, Diane Schroeder over on YouTube? We appreciate you always rocking with us. Yeah, let me know where you represent Dodgers Nation from. I always want to hear from you. Where cities? Give me zip codes. Let's stick to cities, though. It's always fun. We got Austin Barnes burner from my friend Craig Osterberg over on YouTube. That's definitely a fire take. We got to Justin Lamas. Corbin Burns excelled against his future team. Justin Lamas, I see what you did right there. Yeah, both were outstanding. I mean, both pitchers tonight were fantastic. It was a classic pitcher's duel to me. This had electric postseason vibes. You saw defensive plays, not just from the Dodgers, also from the Brewers. You saw that fantastic catch that in the sixth inning there, that robbed Mookie Betts of a base hit, an extra base hit from Christian Yelich. I mean, that was a great catch right there. I love how Mookie kind of pointed towards him out of respect. But, yeah, tonight both pitchers were fantastic. They were both on their games. Corbin Burns, he goes 7 innings, had 9 punch-outs, allowed just 2 hits, one from Mookie, one from Austin Barnes there in the third inning, but they could not get much going. And look, the Dodgers expanding the zone a little bit. I thought they were chasing a little too much, but still, they were found a way to win. And when you're a special team like this team is, that has the magic that they have, you find ways to win in games like tonight, and they win their 11th straight. So now we're talking double-digit winning streak. We're talking about a team that is 15-1 this month, but you have to talk about Big Daddy Lance Lynn. Lynn's sanity continues for the Dodgers. Tonight he goes 7 innings, allowed no runs on 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, so the strikeout numbers weren't big, just 7 swings and misses, but he got the job done. Lance Lynn has been an absolute success story, a very quality addition. People were calling me crazy in the comments before the trade deadline, before Lucas Giolito even got traded to the Angels. What I say, give me Lance Lynn. You look at some of his predictive stats, they told you that he was a better pitcher than Lucas Giolito. I said, give me Lance Lynn over Lucas Giolito every single day and twice on Sunday, because I believe in this guy. This is someone that it has grit. He's got that dog. His drops about 17 F-bombs when he steps off the mound in between innings, and I think that his teammates, they love him. I think they like playing defense behind him. I think that was evidenced today by tons of fantastic plays throughout this game, and we're going to get into those in just a second. But tonight, Lance Lynn, he continued we're not talking about the A's, we're not talking about the Rockies, we're talking about a potential postseason opponent in the Milwaukee Brewers that have one of the better offenses in the sport. They can score runs. We understand that. And Lance Lynn, he went out there, didn't have his best swing and miss stuff that we've seen from him in some of his previous starts, but still he goes out there and gets the job done. And in his 4 starts, he's allowed 5 runs. He has a 1.44 ERA with 25 strikeouts and 25 innings against just 5 walks. And you look at those numbers, look at that production right there. He's been outstanding. All 4 of the earned runs against Lance Lynn with the Dodgers have been on solo home runs, and the last 2 times out, no home runs. So that to me is another big takeaway. No home runs given up from Lance Lynn. So that tells me that he's working with his pitching, coaching, and development staff, and they're going through sequencing, going through mechanics, trying to avoid that. You're seeing he's being a little more careful on the edges, avoiding the heart of the plate. So if he cleans up that part of his game where he led the league in home runs served up with 31 bombs, if he cleans up that part of his game, I'm telling you, this guy's going to do a lot for this team. He's going to be an asset. He's going to be a weapon. I think there's no doubt about it at this point. He's headed towards getting a postseason start, probably on the road. So you look at that addition of Lance Lynn. I take Lance Lynn over Eduardo Rodriguez right now. Hey, he's pitching better than Max Scherzer right now. So, I mean, Lance Lynn, what more can you say about the guy? A change of scenery was everything for him. But let's go down below in the comment section. BC would be great if that helped him regain his confidence and finish the season hitting above 200. BC, yeah, you have to really get hot to get that. I got a $2 super chat. Appreciate that. Let's go down below. I know you guys are firing up the comment section, so I'll dedicate some time to the comments right here, and we'll continue to break down this game. Defense won the game today. That's from Metabolic Aholic over on YouTube. That is a Hornitos comment of the game, and we're going to get into those defensive plays because you mentioned it. You said it. You hit it right on the head right there. You nailed it. I mean, that was why they won. I mean, so many different plays. I mean, fantastic, incredible plays during this stretch, and you saw the Hayward catch early in the game. How about James Outman making a play on that drive by Andrew Monasterio in the track in the center field in the 3rd inning? That saved a run there in the 3rd. Mookie Betts, he started a fantastic double play. That double double play he started on a Christian Yelich ground ball to end the third inning. That was quality. How about Mookie's play in the fifth, ranging to his left, finding a way to get to the ball there. I mean, it was a fantastic play to flip it to Freddie to get the out. How about Freddie Freeman, the line out of Santana there in the sixth inning? That had a 610 expected batting average on it. How about the comebacker to Lynn, helping his own cause there in the sixth? How about the double play in the sixth inning? Great hands and footwork by Max Muncy. Taylor hit that hot ground ball to Muncy. He makes that play. Hayward coming in and making that nice grab in the liner. So many examples, but great point. Don't forget about Yelich on the $5. I got to read these super chats here. Barnes burns the Brewers. I like that. Give me some headlines. What up, D-Mac? Lance Lynn is him, and Austin Barnes pulled that bomb. Great distance. That's Batman and Robin from DCAM. He got his average all the way up to 136. Matty Man 5 Dodge. How about some baby steps, okay? Let's just say he's a slow starter, okay? Austin Barnes is a slow starter, right, man? And I like it, too. We got to see a smile out of Austin Barnes, right? We didn't have to see the resting Barnes face that we seem to see quite a bit. He was out there smiling. He was doing the Freddie dance. Great to see him have a big night. I was so happy for him. Barnes, the NL Player of the Week. That's from Thomas Workman over on YouTube. That's a fire take. West Covina repping. What up, Boosters? The name over on YouTube. Go Dodgers from Memphis, Tennessee. Go Dodgers, Brandon Russell. I'll give that a fire take, a comment of the game presented by our friends over at Hornitos. Perfect. The shot heard around the world, Mr. Seabad. There you go. Definitely more famous than that as of right now. So happy for Austin Bombs. That's a fire nickname right there from Kelton over on YouTube. We got Spencer from Vegas, South Korea in the house. Yobaseo, Nathaniel Garcia over on YouTube. Barnes brewed some beer tonight from Fernie. Love that one. Lance Lynn was awesome from Alicia Elishiva Jones. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. Lawndale from Craig Osenberg. Willie Adamas 818. What's up from Riverside, home of Austin Barnes? Yeah, Austin Barnes country represent, like I said, the redemption arc for Austin Barnes is going to be magical. It's going to be electric. Austin Powers. I mean, he was fantastic. Like I said, not only his first home run of the season, it was his first multi-hit game of the season. Also did a really nice job behind the plate, blocking some balls in the dirt from Lance Lynn that really kept innings clean. So, yeah, he was outstanding. This is the Austin Barnes game. I tweeted that out, and the Dodgers tweeted that out 2 minutes later, but it's all good. So, yeah, I mean, I think what a fantastic night at the Ravine. And this team, they're continuing to feel like a special team. And we say that every year, right? Last year, you're probably saying the same thing. But I think the difference between this team is a collection of guys where you have veterans that want to win a World Series, veterans that want to win another World Series. The guys like Jason Hayward, guys like JD Martinez, David Peralta, he wants to win a World Series. Miguel Rojas. I just love the nucleus. I love the combination of rookies and vets on this team. And I think every single night, this team, they don't like to lose. This team, I think, hates to lose more than they like to win. And I mean that as a compliment because of how fiercely competitive they are. And I like what we said earlier. You brought the best comment earlier in the fact that the defense is why they're winning. The defense has been incredible. But there we go. Austin Bombs dropping at the Ravine from Ismail over on YouTube. Barnes burns the Brewers. Got some good ones. Lancelot, I like that. That's fire. I'll give that a fire take. Fire take. David Sabatini. What up, David? Smash that like button if Barnesy owns Milwaukee. Yeah, Abby, definitely smash that like button. Like I said, we have a big giveaway coming up. Definitely subscribe if you haven't. We're giving away an authentic Mookie Betts jersey, the real deal one, not the giveaway ones, not the ones that the replicas, nothing like that. The real authentic one that Mookie wears on the field. Got the red number, got the authentic stitching. It's super thick, super quality, and it's just the beginning of tons of giveaways you're going to get when you watch this channel, the number one post-game show on YouTube. We got Lance Lynn is large and living large. I love that from Robert. He's the man. Good call on Lynn, D-Mac, captain. You know, hey, look, man, sometimes you just look, I've been a fan of Lance Lynn for quite some time. I wanted him back in 2020 when we almost traded for him back then when he was on the Texas Rangers. Lance, a lot of quality starts. SSJ Radio Blue, you're in your bag tonight. There's another comment of the game. By the way, you guys know I love trash talk. You guys know I love Burns. Perfect. If I get any of that, any Corbin Burns, whatever it is, you'll get one of these.
Finish him.
We got who else saw Nomar going crazy after Barnes' home run? That's from Michael Bilgen. Yeah, it's very rare to see Nomar lose his mind like that, but you got to give Nomar Garciaparra credit. Calling his shot before the game, predicting that Austin Barnes would go deep tonight, and he did just that. So that was a great call by Nomar Garciaparra. But yeah, you look at this game as let's do some more comments, and we'll continue to break down this game, get all your thoughts, because like I said, Mitch ought to have full take. Of course, Austin Barnes' big night. He was great night for Austin Barnes. He goes 2 for 3 with the home run. Had the big RBI there, of course, 8th inning, Payamps and yeah, it was great. I mean, Austin Barnes, 7th RBI of the season. That put the Dodgers up, and they win tonight. They win by a final score of 1-0. And you look at this series as a whole, and this Dodgers team, it was really on the pitching. I mean, the pitching, the defense this series, offensively, first game they win 6-2, second game they win 7-1. Tonight, they win a pitcher's duel, but they had allowed 3 runs on 10 hits in their 3-game sweep of the Brew Crew. The Blue Crew absolutely owned the Brew Crew in this series. This is the 1988 World Series team, both Brazilian from Roy Estrada. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think there's definitely that World Series magic. We got Nando, D-Mac. Brewers were all hyped like the Orioles. Yeah, that's a good call. No, I called Lance Lynn raking. We got Justin Lamas. Hey, D-Mac, show the replay of Barnes' bomb so I can hear you say boom from DK. Maybe we'll play it again a little bit. But, yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, I just was so thrilled for this guy because he's been struggling. I'm telling these guys, they read Twitter more than you realize. They watch these shows more than you realize, and they definitely don't want to be struggling when they are. And it's really been a season-long slump for AB Austin Barnes. Like I said, he increased his average to 136. He's 409th out of a 412 major league hitters that have at least 100 plate appearances this season. So a 12 weighted runs created plus, that's 88% below league average. But tonight, forget the numbers. He was phenomenal. The Austin Barnes game is how it will be remembered. Lance Lynn is exactly what the doctor ordered from Carl. I think it's a great call right there. 100% agree with you on that one. Hello, Dodger family. We got David Sabatini. Let's go see. We got super chat here from Michael Bilgen, $5. Don't forget to boo Yuli Gurriel during the Marlins series. Okay, that's a public service announcement brought to you by our friend Michael Bilgen over on YouTube. $5. Appreciate that. Going right towards the Ohtani fund. Yeah, the Boo Birds have to be out there. It's been some years now since the Trastros in 2017 cheated. So there are players on different teams. So it's definitely important that we always have these reminders when they visit Dodger Stadium in their new team. So I love that, Michael Bilden. You're going to get a finish it from that one. We got keep smash that like button for your boy. I think appreciate that, Diane. We got Romo. This team has more chemistry than Walter White. Romo, that is a fire take right there. Fire take right there. Dave Roberts, MVP. And yeah, I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it, and I can tell you that these guys are the kind of guys that enjoy each other's company, that root for each other. Just look at that dugout. Look at the base pass. Look at Austin Barnes after he scored. No one was happier than his teammates. I mean, they were all thrilled for him, and they have his back, and they're in his corner, and that's why they call him the captain. That's why his voice carries weight within this clubhouse because of just that. Because, look, they know he's struggling, but they also know that he plays a role for this team. He is a backup catcher that develops pitchers, that calls games, that pitchers like throwing to because you can get that strike at the bottom of the zone. He frames well. So, yeah, I agree with you 100%, Romo, and I think that was on full display tonight. The chemistry is real. I think that, look, we've seen, I mean, the Wolf of Wall Street one was pretty cool with Trey Turner, but, I mean, it felt a little forced. This one, they laugh every time. We do the Freddie. You do it towards the bullpen. I'm telling you, this team, they've got that special sauce. I agree with you 100%. Miami is in the hunt, so they could be a legit threat from me, Rojo. Yeah, Miami's a good team. It's going to be an interesting battle. We got Kelton on a scale of 1 to 10. How likely would you say it is that the Dodgers win 20 in a row? That's a pretty good question. I mean, the scale 1 to 10 with this team, you never know. I mean, if you look at, I mean, they're not going to win 26 straight. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I mean, I think for this team right now, the way they're really hot. I mean, the way that they continue to perform. I mean, they're really not close, not too far off. I mean, the franchise record is 15 games, and 15, I mean, they could definitely eclipse that. That took place back in 1924 when they were still the Brooklyn Robins. And then during the Sandy Koufax era, they won 13 straight. I believe it was twice during the Sandy Koufax era in 65, and I think they did it once in 65, and I'm not sure before that, but I gotta look that up. But it was their two biggest winning streaks are 1924 15 games, and then two 13-game ones in the 60s. So yeah, I mean, look, it's pretty close at this point. I mean, if you look at their schedule, the way it lines up, you do like the fact that you do have some more home games. You got 3 against the Marlins starting tomorrow. And you got Gonsolin, Arias, and Miller going up Alcantara. So tomorrow's really the big one. You got Tony Gonsolin. We know he struggled this season. He hasn't looked like the same guy that led the National League in ERA before he went on the IL with that forearm strain. And you got Alcantara. He's had a down year by his standards, but that Miami team, they're going to be here and trying to win, and they're going to be very eager to try to get some games from the Dodgers. But then you go on the road, so that's where it gets kind of tough. You go to Cleveland. By the way, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but if you guys see the probables, you're going to have Kershaw going against the Thud that is formerly known as the Thor that was the Thud for the Dodgers. So, yeah, you look at that series right there. That should be pretty interesting. But, yeah, with this team, you can never count them out. I think it'd be really cool if they set a new record for the franchise. But like we saw last season, you set some of these franchise records. They've done that multiple times in recent history as far as regular season win totals go. Won 106 games multiple times. 111 games last year, set the all-time franchise record. So, yeah, I mean, it's great. It's fun, no doubt about it. But, yeah, I don't think that is their goal. It's nice if it happens, but I mean, you got some good teams coming up. I mean, Cleveland, second place in the AL Central. Boston on the road is always tricky, even though they're towards the bottom. By the way, the Yankees are dead last. But, yeah, I would say scale 1 to 10, I'll give it a 6.5. Appreciate you, D-Mac. Flying to LA Saturday. Was hoping to catch a game. We'll see future Dodgers Shohei pitch Tuesday, though. What's up, Brand? That's going to be awesome. D-Mac, drop down and give me 20 for Mike M. Is that what Jerry Harrison did? Barnes better protection behind the plate than Plan B. Oh, wow. I can't believe I read that. I'm going to have to give myself a bruh. Myria Jones, T-Mac, loving you from Shanghai, China. Go Dodgers, Austin Barn hero. Oh, Myria, thanks for rocking with us, man. We appreciate you for sure. Great game tonight. Glad you're able to join the post-game show with us. DCAM, when Joe and Almonte come back, the world is going to shut down. I hope those people are playing Sela by Kanye West. Let's sing this thing again. Freeman playing chess, not checkers from Brian Gomez. Absolutely, these moves, they've all paid off to different degrees. These guys are real contributors, and Lance Lynn, he's a starting pitcher. He's a horse. You can make the argument that he's the third best pitcher on the Dodgers right now, the second best pitcher on the Dodgers right now. Really, since he's joined the club, no one has been better than him. But if you look at overall who you would pick, I mean, you really have to make the case when you consider the length, and that is the most important thing. And that's when you look at Lance Lynn and his performance tonight. That is the biggest focus. You talk about a team that struggled to even give you 5 innings, and now we got a guy that's consistently giving you 6, consistently giving you 7 innings, and tonight it was against a formidable opponent, the Milwaukee Brewers. They're desperate to not get swept, and Lance Lynn goes 7 strong, allowed just 4 hits, no earned runs, strikeout numbers weren't high. I mean, a 1.44 ERA since joining the Dodgers. That season ERA is now down to 5.6. And like I said, that is the most important thing. 7 innings for the second time in 4 starts. So half of his starts with the Dodgers, he's gone 7 innings. You look at the rest of this team for an entire year. Kersh has gone 7 innings 6 times. Julio Urias has gone 7 3 times. So those are the only 3 pitchers on the Dodgers this year. And we're towards the end of the season now that have multiple 7 innings outings. So impressive. like the Commodore said earlier, he has been exactly what the doctor ordered. This is Lynn's sanity. It's real. I love Lance Lynn on the Dodgers, man. I'm telling you, if you guys have been watching this show, I told you before you towed the slab for the first game, I said you guys are going to love Lance Lynn on the Dodgers, and what more can you say, man? He's been fantastic so far. I love this from PRF Loadrum Austin 316. Let's go down here. We got a super chat. We got A18 LA D-Mac. Great interview with Pep. Oh, I like this. Great interview with Pepin ain't easy with his Pep. Oh, here we go. I think I carried it. Pepin ain't easy. Pepin ain't easy. Okay, that's my new one. But D-Mac, great interview with Pepin, his step yesterday. Yeah, awesome. My guy, Ryan Pepio, man, I'm telling you, don't sell your stock on Pepio. This is a great dude, puts in the work. He's got electric stuff, has had some setbacks, but yeah, I'm still looking for big things and some potential from him. So let's get Corbin Burnes and the Dodgers next year. Yeah, it'd be great. I'd be here for it. He's still under another U. That would have to be an off-season trade, so we'll see. Michael Bilgen, yes, we got your message, definitely. We are definitely going to boo him. Mike M. D-Mag should do a pull-up for every Dodger win up to 11 in a row. Mike M., yeah, we'll have to figure something out. Wow. Justin Lamas predicting some contracts for Corbin Burnes. D-backs win over the Padres. That's from Alexis. Yeah, I saw that. Much love from the Redlands. Yeah, one thing I want to point out is we talk about those defensive plays throughout this one, but I think you also have to mention that sixth inning. I mean, you look at this game, not too much going on. Bottom of the third, Austin Barnes, he was able to get to second after that balk, and that was interesting. You looked at after getting that base hit there in the third inning. So Barnes, he gets aboard thanks to that single. And then Corbin Burnes, he gets called for that balk. It was a balk. You can't fake to first. You can only fake to second and third. And he backed off the mound to throw to first. And, yeah, he ends up going to second. And Barnes at second with 2 outs, 1-2 to Peralta. He couldn't hold up on a curveball away in the dirt for the third out. So, yeah, Burnes, he was nasty. I mean, Burnes was really, really dirty during certain stretches. That cutter that sinks, I mean, it's really, really nasty. Dodgers were expanding the strike zone, a little uncharacteristic. And at the top of the fourth inning, Contreras, he grounded to first for the first out, then Santana flied to right for the second out, and then 0-2 to Frelick. He loses him, throws 4 straight balls to issue a 2-out walk. Then Frelick still second, and 1-2 to Adames. He gets him to chase a curveball away for the third out. So not tons of swing and miss, only 7 whiffs tonight. Not tons of strikeouts, only 3. But some of the ones that he did have, they came in critical at bats. The 1-2 to Adames right there with the runner on second in a tight, scoreless game right there. Goes that curveball away. That was nasty, and he still plays up, man. Dirty curveballs. But yeah, give me your grade for Lance Lynn tonight, because I almost want to do code Dodger dogs of the game, but let's give
Dodger dog of the game.
Dodger dog of the game. Quickest game I've seen all year. What was the final time? We got Gurriel fell into the trash a few days ago. Yeah, by the way, I try to calculate how many days a year I watch baseball. Like, not even just like days, but like in hours, like full days, like 24 hours. I think it's like 27 days a year. I mean, how many days a year completely out of the 365 where you're literally round the clock, all 24 hours, does it calculate that you're watching baseball? Because it's pretty wild how much you do it. You see Bozo, but Dave Roberts has been making moves. That's from Jen. Yeah, I think Caleb Ferguson did a really nice job tonight. Going in there, I think you got to give a lot of credit there in the 8th inning to Max Muncy on that double play. I thought that was one of the critical defensive plays of the night. We know Max Muncy's defense, it's graded poorly this season. He had his fair share of errors. Pretty much all the metrics will tell you he's below average by a big margin, and he really hasn't had a great year with the glove, but still I thought that was a really nice play there. Bottom, the top of the 8th. Taylor hit a hot shot right there, and Max Muncy, the momentum was taking him to his right, away from second base, was still able to field it, get it to second. They turned 2, and that really changed things because Terang had that leadoff single to left to start the inning in a scoreless game, because this was before the Austin Barnes home run, and then following that double play, they get Yelich to line to right, and Ferguson ends up giving a 1-hit and gets out of that jam. And then, yeah, I mean, I thought that was a big play defensively. But here we go. So what was your – we got another super chat here. We got 499 from Jason. Barnes is a barn burner. Shut down the Brewery. I love that one. I won 20. Haha. Barnes is a total stud dodge. That's from Elishiva Jones. I don't know. 2021 failed because Sousa Jr. and McKinney out. Oh, gosh. Those are some bad flashbacks. When you look at that lineup, even Pujols on that team was struggling at times, but – wow, Jay Bullitt, I got diarrhea when I saw Caleb take the mound. That's a bro. Bruh. Come on now. Gonsolin is going to F this up. We got hepatitis. See you later. Dodgers got the best out of Trey. Now the Phillies will have to pay for him. He's declining, and he's still pretty young. Imagine year 8 of that deal. Yeah, I can tell you from firsthand knowledge that they never seriously considered offering him a big deal. The Dodgers weren't interested in Trey Turner long term. Let's win 12. Won't play Sunday because of heavy rains from Craig Osterberg. Yeah, that's how it's looking right now. Who's better as a closer, Phillips or Kelly? I think Phillips is more trusted. I mean, tonight the walks weren't pretty, but I think that's a byproduct of him not getting enough reps. I mean, now we're complaining about the bullpen not getting enough action because you have guys that are out there and that have the ability and are capable of going multiple innings. You saw Yarbrough last night, what he was able to do, and that's going to be a theme moving forward. I mean, look at Ryan Yarbrough, and he's someone that's versatile. He's someone that they're going to use in different situations. The other night, Yarbrough. Last night, I mean, look at Gus Varling. Gus Varling was filthy. He went 2 innings last night. And then the night before that, Yarbrough, he came in and he pitched multiple innings as well. And that's going to be something that you're going to notice with this team is you're going to have guys, starting pitchers, they're going to pitch multiple innings. Yarbrough, he went 3 innings after Bob Miller went 6 innings. And you look at this rotation right now, with Tony Gonsolin, with multiple starting pitchers that could see time in the bullpen, that's going to be a theme. And then in tonight's game, Evan Phillips, this was the first time that Evan Phillips had pitched since Saturday. I mean, it's already Thursday, right? Evan Phillips, yeah, I mean, 2 outs, and his command wasn't great. He was a little all over the place. And, yeah, he was wilder than a frat party during rush week. I mean, this guy was just not locked in from a command standpoint. But the good news, he got the job done in the very end. He got Adames swinging on the 3-2 pitch, sweeper, low and away. But in the strikeout to Contreras, too, he got another chase on the sweeper for the first out. And then on Santana, to get the second out, the sweeper generated that weak fly out. The only problem was just the Frelick walk on 4 pitches. He lost command of that cutter and then the 4-seam fastball. So I love the adjustment right there. You saw them go heavy sweeper after that. They went with the sinker instead of the 4-seam fastball. So quick adjustment. So give more credit to Austin Barnes. Everyone on the plant's going to be talking about the home run, which is great. We'll talk about it one more time. But his ability to control his pitchers and make the right calls, you saw evidence right there. Was Evan Phillips struggling with the 4-seam fastball command, the cutter command, and they go primarily with the last batter, a lot of sinker and sweeper, and they get the third out on the strikeout to end the game. But let's check out that home run one more time.
You might miss something. High drive down the left field line.
Austin Powers, baby.
Austin Barnes.
The Austin Barnes game. You love it. Big night for AB. Did they give him the Gatorade shower for the game, by the way? I was wondering that. I hope they did. He definitely deserved it. Look at Austin Barnes. Man, we had people saying, bat him 10th, right? His bobblehead night. Don't give away his bobblehead. Give away Austin Barnes, right? But no. Hey, this is someone who's very, very well respected. And I think the key inning, too, you have to really mention. Let's actually go back to the comments real quick, and we'll continue to break this one down because you guys are lighting up the comments here tonight here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. By the way, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We got PNW. If Austin Barnes is the Dodger dog of the game, give me a hell yeah. I love that one. Let's go. Jay Hare is about to do some push-ups. Man, Jay Hare, he works out. I see his stories on IG. How much confidence do you have in trying this year? That's from Mitchell Hopkins. I would say, hey, if he's back, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 6 until I see something positive because he came back last year and gave that home run to Cronenworth. But SRKUS96 DMAC checking in from Hawaii. How do we overtake the Braves for the top seed heading into the playoffs? That's a good question. I mean, if you look at the Braves right now, They are continuing to have success. Their last 10, they won 8 of their last 10. They're 78-42. They're probably going to be the first team as a team collectively to combine for a 500-plus slugging percentage for an entire season. So this team can do damage. It's a very explosive, potent lineup. They lead the entire sport home runs. The Dodgers are second. But if you look at the Dodgers right now, they're 4 games back. They're 4 games back against the Braves as it stands. So to think that it's insurmountable, it really isn't. It's really not, because you look at this Dodgers team, and after tonight was game 120, right? So that gives you 42 games left to play. And the Dodgers, they play another series with the Braves. So starts at the end of this month. So it's definitely within reach. I would not rule it out. I mean, I would not be shocked at all if the Dodgers finish with the top seed in the National League. And I think it's important. I truly believe it. I see people out there saying, no, the Padres, look what they did last year. Look what the Phillies did. No, hell no. You mean to tell me you'd rather see Kersh and Julio and these guys pitch on the road versus at home? You would not want that. Look, if Trey Turner doesn't boot that ball and play terrible defense, I think the Dodgers go up 2-0 in that series and they win that series. So home field advantage is very important. Thanks, Myria. I appreciate you on that. Jerry Ray do some push-ups. We got Kim. We got D-Mac. Are we not worried about getting Cease or Erod? I would say, look, it's still kind of early. Let's see how it plays out, because the big X factor is, do you get Walker Buehler back? What do you get from Walker Buehler? Does Lance Lynn continue to pitch like this? Because let's not forget, Lance Lynn, people act like he's some chopped liver, right? People act like Lance Lynn is some mid-level pitcher that he's never had big success in his career. Absolutely not. Lance Lynn has been one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball over the last decade or so. I mean, this is someone who's been in this league for 12 years. This is someone who finished 3rd in the Cy Young voting in 2021 at age 34. This is someone who's finished in the top 10 in Cy Young voting 3 times in his career, made the All-Star team twice. So this is someone who's had a lot of success in this league. He prides himself as an ace frontline starter, and you still have Clayton Kershaw, Julio Urias as well, and Bobby Miller, who continues to progress. The command, the tunneling of Bobby Miller, lots to like there too. So I'm feeling pretty high on this Dodgers rotation. Lynn, Sandy from Mike M. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate you. Yeah, check out that interview with Ryan Pepio, man. We got some more big interviews on the way. Don't want to give up too many names, but definitely look out for interviews every Wednesday and Thursday. But yeah, Pep is the man. It was great to see him have that nice start where he flirted with that perfect game. Yeah, D-Mac needs to get we got the playoff type game. Yeah, agreed. It definitely felt like a playoff type game. Is Joe Kelly come back? Joe Kelly is coming back. They think it's going to be the minimum. I think the earliest is August 25th. D-Mac, Dodgers brewing that sauce. What up, JD? D-Mac, you rock. Thanks for the great insight. A Par, thanks for rocking with us, man. You guys provide that insight as well. So here's your grades for Lance Lynn. D-Cam gives him an ace and A. Lynn gets an A from Roy Estrada. Thor wants revenge from B. Guzman. Craig Osterberg gives him an A+. Echo 323. Roberts should always play the hot hand. We got hepatitis. See you later. They still have a chance mathematically. Hopefully they continue to spiral downward, because even their struggles, if they sneak into a wild card, they're still very scary. I think you're talking about the Padres. I agree with you. They're still dangerous because of the top-end talent they have. Captain, Lance Lynn, A+. David Sabatini, A+ for Lance Lynn. Jay Silva, Lance Lynn. Jeremy Hughes. You think I'm not going to read each of these pluses? Because I am. I'm going to count them. You give Jeremy Hughes, gives Lance Lynn an A+. Plus. There you go. There you go. 1, 2. I don't want to count, but there's a lot of pluses. D-Mac, you should. Mitchell Hopkins, D-Mac, if you could heal any player other than May and Buehler, who would it be? Man, that's a really good question. I mean, those are the top ones right now. I mean, a sneaky one, I think. If there's guys coming back still. I mean, Blake Trinan, you can make the case. I mean, you hope that they don't lose Joe Kelly or JD Martinez. I think if you want to frame that question in which of these guys could I guarantee their health of the currently injured players, I'd probably say either JD Martinez, because I think they're going to need his bat in the postseason, because he's a clutch hitter. He brings a different dynamic. He's going to slug, but he also can make in-game adjustments that can get you big hits against talented, elite-type frontline starting pitchers and top-end relievers. Joe Kelly, of course, you want to see back. But, yeah, Blake Trinan is also really tempting. Gavin Lux. I mean, Gavin Lux is a little tempting, but when you consider his offense, I mean, I think it's a little late in the year for that. But Miguel Rojas has done a fine job defensively. There's no question about that. But I like this question, though. I mean, JP Fireeisen, if you give me the elite JP Fireeisen, that'd be interesting as well. We got, I think I'm going to go with, so outside of May and Bueller. Take all your guys' questions very seriously, so pardon me on that one. I think I got to go Blake Trinan, man. I think I really have to go Blake Trinan because I'm confident JD Martinez is going to return. I'm confident Joe Kelly and the JK17 Fight Club is going to be back in business and reopen soon here. So he's going to throw a bullpen session Friday, by the way, Joe Kelly. And then Martinez, he was a late scratch today. I mean, he didn't feel right. The hamstring was barking once again. You guys know my stance on this. I said it when it first happened. Get this guy on the IL. Bring up Michael Busch or Miguel Vargas if you want to replace a right-handed bat with a right-handed bat, or give Michael Busch the opportunity. He's been playing some left field. You can play him at DH. You can mix Max Muncy up, have Michael Busch play third, Muncy at DH. There's multiple options, but I think that right now, when you consider the lead that you have, the luxury that you have with the lead in the NL West, and the fact that this lineup is long enough where you can withstand him being out for a little bit of a stretch just to get him 100% healthy, because at this point I'm a little concerned because it just feels like they can't completely turn the corner on it and get him back to 100%. I just don't love it. It seems like you just got to get this guy. I don't care what you have to do. Put him in bubble wrap, get him in with the right doctors, and really just kind of find a way to get this guy at 100% because they're going to need him. I mean, you saw 2021, they lost Justin Turner to a hamstring injury, and he was lost for the NLCS, and now it's supposed to be one of their clutch hitters that's had so much success for his organization. So I definitely don't want to see that. Lance Lynn, A-. Justin Lamas, I know you would give him a tough grade. One more Ks, but 7 shutty ain't bad. I respect that. BC, I'm having a beer to celebrate sweeping the Brew Crew. Diane Schroeder gives it A, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pluses right there. Jay Silva says, yeah, BC, yeah, Doug, all that ad time is why MLB is second in revenue only to the National Football League. Yeah, well, that's quite an accomplishment because yeah, I mean, baseball's healthy, man. Attendance is up. Ratings are up. I think there's more of a attention to the sport due to the new rules. I think the quality of play is better. I think baseball is having a moment right now, and I will too add to that you have the best player, not just in baseball, but in all of sports. The most incredible athlete, the most impressive athlete in Shohei Ohtani playing your sport. So there's that as well. D-Mac, Dodger Dog of Dodger Nation. NS. I'll give you Dodger Dog for that one. We got per par 3 bogey. Players make management look good. Exactly, 100%. Hey, that's what I always say. I mean, players win games. Lynn gets an A, but not an A+. An A+ is like a no-hitter. That's from Mitchell Hopkins. That's fair. Lance Perfect 10. Please don't slow motion beach run. From Cali, we got to hopefully Varland stays up in the show. Yeah, I was very impressed by Gus Varland. I thought he was outstanding. I think you're seeing electricity on that fastball. I think he's someone who can throw multiple innings. I really like the idea of him getting an opportunity for sure. But I do want to mention that top of the 6th inning, by the way, because that to me was the critical inning right there. 2-0, Taylor rips a base hit to left. Lynn left one up there, and then a 1-1 to Yelich, and he singles to right, four-seam fastball, didn't hit his spot. Actually, he did hit his spot. Wasn't the worst pitch. Really kind of was a little in on the hands on him, but Yelich just put a really good swing on a nice piece of hitting. And by the way, I see PRF Lodrum 72 says no Fire Roberts post tonight. That's a mystery. Yeah, I don't know what's happened. You guys know I don't filter the comments, so this is freedom of speech here. You guys, that's the one thing I hope you guys appreciate about this chat and this show is we can disagree. We can disagree, and it's totally fine. Makes for good live streaming here. We got I Believe in Syndergaard. That's from Caleb over on YouTube. We got Kyle Tucker, future Dodger left fielder 2026. Muncy ranked 6th and 3rd baseman. It just feels like David Peralta is going to go on an Eddie Rosario type run. Hepatitis see you later. I agree. But we got that inning. Yeah, so back-to-back hits to start the 6th inning, and then with runners on the corners, no outs, Contreras, he grounds into a fielder's choice. Yelich to second, Taylor was out at home. So Lynn did a great job fielding the ball and making the runner commit. That is the number one thing you want to do in those situations. Make the runner commit there. Anytime there's a potential pickle situation and he runs at the runner, they made him commit. Barnes, he ran back, he faked the throw, and then Lynn, he thought about going first for a second, but he makes the smart play. He goes home, and they get the out there to first. And the next batter, Santana, he hits a line drive hot shot, caught by Freddie Freeman at first, an absolute rocket. This might be the most underrated play of the game because that had a 610 expected batting average, and next batter, Frelick, he popped to short for the third out. So you had runners on the corners right there, back-to-back hits, and on the second hit, back-to-back singles. And on the second single there by Yelich, Taylor reached to third base. He advanced all the way to the third base. You had runners on the corners, no outs, and Lance Lynn, he gets out of it unscathed. No damage, no runs. That was the money inning right there. And then, of course, you know what happened there in the 8th inning. Austin Barnes, he was the hero of the night. So, really, my big takeaways from tonight: 1, Lance Lynn, another solid start. I thought he was outstanding, really grinding through this one, but still getting the results. 7 scoreless innings. His ERA with the Dodgers is a 1.44. He owns a 1.44 ERA with 25 strikeouts in 25 innings, just 5 walks so far. And most importantly, 2 of his 4 starts, he's gone 7 innings. He's one of just 3 Dodgers now that have pitched in the 7th inning and completed 7 innings this season. So he was great once again, and I think you look at this Dodgers pitching as a whole. That's my other takeaway. 3 runs allowed for this entire series in their 3-game sweep of the Brewers on just 10 hits. And then next takeaway, defensively, we talked about that. Defensively with the glove, that was one of the biggest reasons, one of the most important reasons why this team's on an 11-game winning streak. It's because their defense has been outstanding. And you look at tonight, the Hayward catch, James Outman making a play on a drive earlier in the game in the 3rd inning, right there on the warning track, that saved a run. Mookie's double play there, and to end the 3rd inning on that Christian Yelich ground ball. Mookie's play in the 5th. Freddie Freeman, the lineup we just talked about. The comebacker to in the 6th. The double play in the 6th. Great hands and footwork there by Max Muncy. Hayward came up making a nice grab on that liner. So the defense was outstanding. It's another big takeaway. And then my other takeaway, Austin Barnes. So number 3, Austin Barnes, first home run since September 20th, 2022, and he did a great job. Hits one out, first multi-hit game of the year, first home run of the year. And then my last one is Evan Phillips, I think, needs to get a little more run. I think you can't wait that long in between appearances. Tonight, the command was off during certain stretches on the 4-pitch walk. He did get the strikeout, but he has a 6.23 ERA in August. But there you go. Lance Lynn, another solid start. He's been a quality addition. He continues to eat innings, and that is exactly why they traded for him. He's been fantastic. Big night for Austin Barnes. Hopefully he can turn things around because there's going to be a moment in the postseason where you might need something from him, just like we saw in 2020. And then Evan Phillips, you want to see him get a little more run there. And the pitching, they've been great as a whole. But defensively, that is the story for me. I love me some glove, and they were great tonight. But that's going to do it for this episode of the yeah, that's a great point, Diane Schroeder. That home run was a no-doubter. He knew right away. Let's take a look at that bomb one more time from AB.
You might miss something. High drive down the left field line.
0-1 pitch, too. Just hanging breaking ball. That was goner, man. Austin Powers. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you just gave a bomb to Austin Barnes. But here we go. Couple more here. I'll let you guys go. A couple super chats here. Thanks for joining us, guys. Big show. It almost felt like a walk-off when you consider Austin Barnes' magic. Dodgers defense is better than Rob Manfred's reasons for not expelling Astros players. That's from Jason Alamilo over on YouTube. I love that one. In September with the sweep. By the way, we got for you. Cool. If you sweep Atlanta in September, you jump them. Yeah, we'll see how they play down the stretch. I might do a video tomorrow. We'll break down the final 42 games and kind of look at our chances, because FanGraphs right now, you have the Braves as the World Series favorites, Dodgers coming in right behind the Braves at number 2. So Dodgers are thriving at the right times from Michael Parker. I mean, they've been one of the best August teams in baseball in the last 4 years. The numbers, they prove that. I think the right time would be next month, right? I think you want to continue that momentum and continue to peak towards the end of September heading into the postseason. Roy Estrada, this was a good game, playoff vibes. 4 games ain't poop. That's a beat track. D-Mac, you worried about our bullpen once the postseason starts? Grizzly_OSO. Am I worried? I think, look, I mean, you have a lot of nice pieces, man. Ryan Brazier has been the man. He's been fantastic. I mean, that cutter plays up. I think he's got filthy stuff. I have a lot of confidence in him. And I think Evan Phillips is still that guy. Joe Kelly's nasty as he's ever been. You just have to get him healthy. Blake Trinan could be back. Brusdar Graterol is really almost quietly having one of the best years of his career. So you also got Walker Buehler that could return. You got Yancy Almonte, who was pitching pretty well before he went down with the injury. And you also think you got Ryan Yarbrough. I mean, you don't know the role specifically he's going to have, but I think there's a lot more quality and depth in this bullpen that we thought there was going to be in it. I mean, I think there's been a lot of revelations, a lot of improvements, and the numbers, they prove that. And I think you're starting to see that really bear fruit, and I think this organization, they took it to heart because that has been one of the calling cards of this team, knowing you have a bullpen that you can count on. But yeah, guys, you know, I love to stay and talk baseball with you guys all night, but we'll be back with you guys. I'll be at the stadium tomorrow covering the game. I might do a live show at Dodger Stadium from the field, so look out for that. We might do it on Instagram Live. But yeah, we'll find out about that. Great post-game show. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate you. Later, D-Mac. Thanks, Captain. We got 5 likes from 200 from Diane Schroeder. Always appreciate you. Braves will choke. Nando 390. We got all my favorite Dodger games with the Willie Adames strike. Oh, that's the comment of the night. Apple Avocado says all my favorite Dodger games end with a Willie Adames strikeout. You win. Perfect. Exactly. Of course, he's always going to be the answer to the trivia question. Who was the final out of the 2020 World Series when Julio Urias struck him out, touched 97 on the gun there, punched him out? But see you later, Quack, the Duck, and Spencer Lamiel and Diane Schroeder. I wish the playoffs were in August. JR, yeah, it's a great point there. Boomer Assassin, Shuey coming soon. But thanks again, guys. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.